Today, students, we are going to discuss about contribution of industries in national economy. Dear students, as we have discussed in economics also, that three parts or three sectors of economy have been contributing in the GDP of the nation, be it primary, secondary or tertiary sector. Here we are more concerned about tertiary sector. We know that tertiary sector in our country has been contributing in the Indian GDP about 17%. Total is 27%, but that includes mining, quarrying, electricity and gas. Okay, so if we exclude these, it is only 17% of GDP that is contributed by industrial sector in our country. Our target duster, our target is to increase the contribution in the economy and its growth rate which has been around 7% in the last or since last 2 decades or even more. Our target the target of the government was to take it to 12%, because the contribution of industrial sector in GDP, where it is 17% in other South East Asian country, is around 25 to 35%. So to reach to that ratio or to reach to that percentage, we need to increase the growth rate up to 12%, that is in double digit. But you know, as the whole of the world is hit by COVID-19, the present scenario is totally different. In place of increasing GDP by 12%, it is around 23.9% in minus. Means the economy has shrunk to 23.9%. Now our economy out of 100% is only 76.1%. It is totally different scene. Anyway, we'll recover. There is no doubt in it. Okay. And what is the GDP or growth rate of the economy, or sorry, industry in the economy, is measured by NMCC. You might have heard this name, NMCC. National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council. National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council, NMCC. Okay. So now let us come to next point. I hope things are clear. Next point is location of industry or factors affecting the localization of industry. Dear students, location of any industry is not that much easy task. Rather, it's a very complex task. We have to consider so many factors before we have to start any industry anywhere. The major factors are is land, capital, labor, climate, market, network of railways and roadways, entrepreneurship. Okay, so many. So all these factors are responsible for the location of any industry, and it is not possible to get all these factors, especially land, capital, labor, and climate, which is required for a particular type of industry at a single place. And above all is government policies. You might be having all these factors with you, but the government may not allow to have industry in that particular area due to any reason. So all these factors play a very important role in the location of any industry, and it is not easy to get all these factors at a single place or to arrange them at a single place at low cost, because cost always matters a lot as far as the manufacturing of any product is concerned. Students, you must keep in mind, wherever we start industrialization, urbanization starts along with it. Industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand. For example, if you start an industry somewhere, undoubtedly after some time it will be followed by a shopkeeper, that is a tea stall, some puncture wala. After some time there might be some vegetable wala, cycle repairing, some doctor or a vaidya. Some vendors might be coming there to sell their product. Someone selling ice cream might be reaching there. Somebody might start building some quarters for the labor. After some time there might be some multi-story building for residential purpose for the people working in the industry. So industry and urbanization go hand in hand. Wherever you have industry, we can never think of not having any urbanization taking place in that area. These are both complementary to each other. Okay, and in some areas these industries might be very near to the cities, or in the cities, because cities provide the very important thing to the market, to the industry, that is market. Because whatever is produced in the industry need to be sold in the market, need to be sent to the market. At the same time, cities provide them banking, insurance, skilled labor, skilled or specialized. Okay, all these facilities are extended by the cities to the urban center. That's why a lot of industries take place, or a lot of industries are established very close to the city, so that all these benefits can be taken out of it. And after some time, a lot of industries come together to take advantage of the cities, or to take advantage of development done in that industrial belt, so that they have to spend minimum and they can establish industries in less time, or they will be operative in that area in comparatively less time, because the roads are always built there, electricity is already there, water supply is already there, skilled labor is easily available, markets are readily available. So this kind of situation is called agglomeration economies. Okay, where all these industries come together to take advantage of this agglomeration economies. Means lot of industries get together so that they can help, or they can take help or advantage from each other. Okay, let me have this one now. The next point is industry and market linkage. Industry and market linkage. How the industries reach to the market, or how the industrial products reach to the market. You know, students, you might have discussed in earlier classes also, in junior classes also, that for any manufacturing purpose, we have to have three processes. One is input, processes, and output. Here the inputs are raw materials plus